Hello, what a great quarterfinal we had. But yeah, Biswa and Angad have qualified for semifinals, which brings us to the second quarterfinal. Another fun set of four people. The first contestant has been an ex-finalist, and welcoming back Karunesh Talwar.
Hello. Hi, thank you for having me, KV. क्या हाल है?
बहुत बढ़िया. Thank you, Karunesh. We know that the last moment coordination we had to do, but thank you so much for being here.
Oh no, it's my pleasure, man. I'm always happy to be here.
Thank you so much. From an ex-finalist to someone who's making his debut in Quizzing with the Comedians. A lot of times people think same contestant ही बार बार आएंगे. I'm like, nahin, there is always new faces in Quizzing with the Comedians if you go back and look at all the editions. And I keep saying one of my purposes with Quizzing with Comedians is to go beyond comedians, to get people who are writers, directors, actors, etc. And anyone who saw Alma Matters recently and got PTSD from engineering days, blame him for that. Give it up for Prashant Raj.
Thank you, KV.
Thank you, Prashant, for
Thank you for having me here. 18 साल के बाद फॉर्मली एक क्विज.
अरे वाह, नाइस. आपके कॉलेज से गया एक लड़का क्वार्टर फाइनल वाले बिस्वा कल्याण रथ टू. Okay, cool. Talking about ex people who have been here earlier and all that. Next contestant is also someone who's been with us right from the beginning, almost every edition. Give it up for Prashasti Singh.
Thank you. Glad to be here, KV.
Welcome back. Prashasti was one of the giant slayers in Mela Quiz, and she said a wonderful thing before this edition began, that I'm here to learn anyway, so might as well try new things and do Mela and BizTech, etc. So glad to have Prashasti here, representing the spirit of what quizzing is all about, learning new things. On that note, another person who is always curious to learn, give it up for Sumit Saurabh.
Yes. Hello, thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes, very Jamshedpur dominated panel. 50% of the contestants have, in fact, if you include me also, then I was born there. So, wow, kafi.
I am in Jamshedpur right now. So, yeah.
Prashant was
अरे वाह.
Prashant बोला था कि मुझे इंटरनेट वगैरह कैसे होगा, मैं जमशेदपुर में होऊंगा. But nice, cool. Okay, let's begin. All the best, Karunesh, Prashant, Prashasti, Sumit. Cool. Okay. First question to Karunesh. In 2003-04, La Liga Club, which is the Spanish League of Football, La Liga Club, Atletico Madrid signed a sponsorship agreement with X, okay, which is a company originally founded as Cone Brand Cone in 1918 after the last names of its co-founders. Owing to the nature of the company's business, Atletico Madrid had to change its kits every few weeks to promote the newest offering by X. All in all, Atletico changed their kit 16 times that season. Okay, which company are we talking about?
तो सबसे पहले तो मैं फुटबॉल बिल्कुल नहीं देखता हूँ और मुझे इसका जवाब जरा भी नहीं आता है, which has been the case for every question that I've been asked ever on Quizzing with the Comedians. So I'm just gonna begin by saying मुझे थोड़ा सा टाइम दो एक घटिया सा गेस मारने के लिए, और फिर और वो नहीं हुआ तो मैं पास कर दूंगा. एक सेकंड.
Please take your time, but just a hint for all four of you कि ऐसा like you don't need football का as such knowledge to crack this. Think of why they had to change their kit every now and then, because the sponsor X had to promote new things after every something.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. What kind of sponsor would require the kit to change 16 times? What kind of business would have a new offering that frequently in a season? हाथ दिखा देता हूँ एक बार. मुझे बोला था हाथ दिखाने के लिए ताकि apparently यहाँ पे ऑडियंस को लगता है कि हम लोग उस हद तक लूजर हो गए कि हम लोग अभी गूगल करने वाले बैठ के. पर I'm thinking it could probably be some sort of food brand but again, every few weeks, I don't really. I pass. I don't know.
Okay, Karunesh passes. We go to Prashant.
Kind of a कुछ मीडिया कंपनी है क्या जिसका शो या कुछ. Wild guess. Kellogg's.
Not Kellogg. Going to Prashasti.
Pass.
Prashasti passes. We go to Sumit.
Pass.
Okay, cool. Let's do one more round, make it a 5-point question. So, like Karunesh was right in thought process that this is a company that has to promote something new every few weeks. So I'm gonna give you the industry. So now you'll have a very limited set of things to guess from. So they were promoting a new movie every few weeks. Okay.
Oh.
So they had to change their kit because a new movie was coming. So
Prashant sir had a point, like media company or something like that. He was on to the right track.
yeah.
So
now, yeah.
2003-4 में a new movie. Every few weeks there was a new movie. I mean, okay, so I suppose my question is, was there a new movie every few weeks, or like, was it a new release every few weeks, or did they have a sort of a catalog of titles from which they wanted to promote different titles every few weeks?
Okay, so there was a new movie every few weeks.
Okay. I don't know, like now I'm thinking of all kinds of movie studios. I mean, this narrows it down, but it also widens it a lot because there's a lot of movie studios as well.
Basically, yeah.
So, ठीक है, एक-एक करके movie studios guess करते हैं. I'll start. 21st Century Fox, I guess. I don't know.
Not Fox. Going to Prashant.
Time Warner.
Not Time Warner. Okay, going to Prashasti.
अरे यार, आ गया अब इस पे.
Universal Studios.
Not Universal. Sumit.
Sony.
Sony in some way is there because this is a division of Sony, like technically.
Okay.
But I would want a better answer. Like I can't give you points for Sony.
Marvel हो गया. Sony Pictures. Sony Pictures नहीं है. So it's.
मतलब technically Sony Pictures does own this company now.
Okay. Sony के अंदर क्या है? Sony के अंदर Disney.
Not Disney. Okay, closing. Like Karunesh said, 3, 4, 5 ही companies हैं जिसमें से एक होना था. The answer is Columbia Pictures.
Columbia TriStar.
So they had to promote a new movie like Spider-Man and like Hellboy and Hitch. So the kit had to change every few weeks to promote a new movie.
अच्छा, मेरे पास वापस नहीं आ रहा, मैं सेट मैक्स बोलने वाला था. Extent to which I was clueless.
Okay, so no. Okay, I will give something to Sumit because Columbia is owned by Sony Pictures. So I'm giving 2 to 5 हो गया था ये. So 1 to Sumit. Sometimes those points come very critical later. So 1 point. There.
किसी को तो मैं इस 1 point से beat करने वाला हूँ. Very confident. Yeah.
Okay, Sumit gets 1 point, and I come back to Karunesh. Okay, much shorter question, so to speak. 17-year-old teenager founded X in 1943. The company's name is actually an acronym for the founder's name and his childhood farm and hometown in Sweden. Which company are we talking about?
Okay. Guys, आंसर सोचना चालू कर दो क्योंकि ये वाला आपकी तरफ आ रहा है मुझे लग रहा है. और क्योंकि ना तो मुझे स्वीडन में कोई जगह का नाम पता है, ना ही उधर कोई पता नहीं यार. एक सेकंड सोचता हूँ. Okay, in 1943, so that rules out a bunch of स्वीडन की एक भी जगह का नाम याद कैसे नहीं आ रहा है यार. This is embarrassing. Yeah, pass.
Okay, Karunesh passes. We go to Prashant.
Is it Volvo?
Not Volvo.
That was a solid guess, though.
Yeah, good guess. It is a Swedish company, Volvo. Yes. Prashant. Sorry, Prashasti.
Is it IKEA?
It is IKEA.
Nice.
Oh,
Arey.
nice one.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh man.
IKEA. Ingvar Kamprad was his name, the teenager's name. Emtard is the farm where he grew up, and Agunyard is the village close to the farm, which is his hometown. So
Wow.
IKEA is actually
तो Swedish company पता होती है, मैंने बोल दिया.
Sweden company.
Leonard Skinner.
IKEA is correct. 10 points to Prashasti.
Wow.
That's why it's always written in caps because it is
great guess, yaar. Badhiya.
Super. Okay, 10 points there to Prashasti. We go to Sumit. Sumit, in 1922, David Wallace started this while he was recovering from shrapnel wounds received in the First World War. Wallace had the idea to gather a sampling of favorite articles on many subjects from various monthly magazines, sometimes condensing and rewriting them, and to combine them into one magazine. What did Wallace start?
Comic book? Is it some comic book?
No. No, not a comic book. Is that your guess, or या तू कुछ और बोलने वाला है?
एक second, give me one more second. Okay, let me.
Can I ask a question? Sumit attempts, like, we're looking for a brand or are we looking for a concept?
So we are looking at a very specific thing, not a concept. Or इसीलिए I giving Sumit another chance कि not ऐसा कुछ कि उसने comic book शुरू किया, but something very specific शुरू किया, जैसे IKEA for example. So not a furniture store, but IKEA.
Okay. Is it Playboy?
Not Playboy.
Okay. Pass.
Nice guess.
This is just a guess, but is it Reader's Digest?
It is Reader's Digest.
Wow, very good.
Karunesh. It is Reader's Digest. Started around 100 years back in the US. Cool. Fair enough. There is Reader's Digest gives Karunesh 10 points, and we go to Prashant.
Looks like a comic book to me, but fine. Okay.
We're back to India now. Mysore Paints and Varnish Limited is a company started by the Maharaja of Mysore in 1937 for manufacturing paints and related products. In 1962, it was selected to manufacture and is the only authorized manufacturer in India of a certain product, whose manufacturing process is a closely guarded secret. What product do they create that is also exported to countries like Thailand, Singapore, Nigeria, Malaysia, South Africa, Afghanistan, and Cambodia?
Basically, army vehicles ka paint.
Not army vehicles ka paint. Prashasti?
Is it cherry blossom or something?
No, not cherry blossom. Sumit?
मुझे बार-बार मैसूर अगरबत्ती क्यों आ रहा है? I don't understand. Or Mysore sandalwood soap. Pass.
Passing to Karunesh.
Are we looking for the name of a brand or the name of a product? Like, are we looking for cell phone or iPhone? You know what I mean?
We are looking at a product, like the brand.
The product, okay. Paints related. Why would it be a closely guarded secret? Like, ऐसी कौन सी चीज है जो 62 में ही बनने लगी, जिसको ऐसे छुपा के रखना पड़ा? That's what I'm thinking. Probably something quite valuable, or I don't know why I'm thinking maybe it's resin.
Not resin. Okay. We'll start again with Prashant. This was Prashant's direct. Let's add some hint. First, like Karunesh said, it is a closely guarded secret. So that's one way. Secondly, so it's something to do with government. Okay. So it's a government authorized thing. Okay. The other thing is, last hint is that it is used on fingernails. Okay. That's where this product is used, on fingernails of the users, like so to speak. Now we'll start whenever Prashant is ready.
और गवर्नमेंट वोटिंग जब करते हैं तो उसके बाद जो इंक लगाते हैं.
Yes, that is correct. 5 points there to Prashant.
Wow.
We are the official manufacturer of the indelible ink.
Wow.
And that's
कुछ नाम नहीं है, like the indelible ink ही नाम है इसका.
Indelible ink used in elections. For third election 1962, they created it, and then it's a closely guarded secret. Also exported to all these countries for after elections. It's supposed to be there for around 20 days, and for obvious reason, it's a closely guarded secret. Indelible ink. 5 points there to Prashant. The next direct will come to Prashasti. Another small direct question. This term describes the next generation of World Wide Web. It was coined in 2014 by Ethereum co-founder Gavin Wood, and the idea gained interest in 2021 from cryptocurrency enthusiasts, large technology companies, and venture capital firms. What is the term that we are looking at?
Is this metaverse?
Not metaverse. Going to Sumit.
Blockchain.
Blockchain, not block. Going to Karunesh.
Man, I was hoping Sumit was right because I have no clue. One second. I mean, is it NFTs? I don't know. It
Not
can't
NFT.
be. Yeah.
Going to Prashant.
Web 3.0, yeah, decentralized web.
Web 3.0 is the term we are looking at. Web
Wow.
3.0 iteration of the internet. Web 3.0. Cool, Prashant. Web 3.0 has been in a thing of late on everywhere. Like everyone is talking about Web 3.0. Prashant gets 10 points. We go to Prashasti now. Prashasti, this is a perfume that we're talking about, developed by a chemist called Steve Pierce, who was contracted to develop the scent in 2008. The final formula took 4 years to perfect. It was recreated from various natural flavors and ingredients for the food and beverage industry, and verified by various experts who have described the original smell as strong and unique and nothing like anything. Smelling like a mix of gunpowder, seared steak, raspberries, and rum. What does this perfume replicate the smell of?
So again, we're looking for it's not a brand name, it's a type of smell.
Yeah. Yes.
Is it smells like Christmas smell?
Smells like Christmas? No, not Christmas. Going to Sumit.
Is it oud? Oud.
Oud? No. Going to Karunesh.
Is it space, like outer space? Because there's an astronaut on the box.
Beautiful answer. Yes,
Wow.
It is space or outer space. Project was to replicate how outer space smells like. And yes, there was an astronaut on the perfume as a hint. How they space, the smell of space, okay, space or outer space. Superb crack. Karunesh gets 10 points, and I now come back to Prashant. This patent relates to an invention to buoy and lift boats over shoals and obstructions in a river. The person conceived the invention when on 2 occasions the boat on which he traveled got hung up on obstructions. Which 19th century person's patent is this? Okay, an extra hint for all 4 of you is that a 2012 movie on this person won the Actor and Academy Award.
Hugo.
Not Hugo. Going to Prashasti.
2012. Pass.
Okay, Prashasti passes. We go to Sumit.
This is so specific कि मैं ऐसा random hint भी नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ कि I will pass this one.
Okay, passing to Karunesh.
Yeah, I mean, जैसे सुमित ने कहा, ये मतलब मेरे को तो कोई आंसर कभी नहीं आता है, मैं सिर्फ गेस वर्क पे खेलता हूँ ये गेम, तो यहाँ क्योंकि गेस वर्क पॉसिबल नहीं है तो पास.
Okay, since this was Prashant's direct, we are back to Prashant. Okay, so the hint is think head of state, like this person was head of state of a certain country. Was a 2012 on his life. The movie's name was also the same as the person. Okay, so there's no.
Are we talking about the King's Speech?
Not the King's Speech. Going to Prashasti.
Is this Lincoln?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
2012 Lincoln came, acted by Daniel Day-Lewis, who won an Oscar for this. And of course, Abraham Lincoln, known for many things, also for this patent of a boat. Yeah, Prashasti gets 5.
काम कब था जो नाव बना रहे थे बैठ के कैसे
नाव भी बना रहे थे और प्रेसिडेंट भी बने.
अब इंस्टाग्राम नहीं था ना.
Okay, Prashasti gets 5 for Lincoln. We go to Sumit for another direct question. John von Oldenbarnevelt was a Dutch statesman who played an important role in the Dutch struggle for independence from Spain. Now, which company is he the founder of that became the first listed public company in history? Okay, so he founded a company that we've heard of, which is also the first listed public company in history of humanity. Or what company did he found?
Johnson and Johnson.
Not Johnson and Johnson. Going to Karunesh.
This is not going to be right, but was it Deutsche Bank by any chance?
Not Deutsche Bank.
Yeah.
Prashant?
These two are related. So the company he set up was played a part in Dutch struggle for independence.
No, not really.
एकदम wild guess. East India Company.
Can you be more specific? Thoda more specific.
अरे यार, मतलब वो.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I was just being anal. It was Dutch East India Company and nothing else. Because East India Company can also mean British East India Company. But yeah, he founded Dutch East India Company, which is the first public company ever. Also, the biggest company in like human history. Like at some point, it's the largest company ever to have existed. Dutch East India Company. 10 points there to Prashant. Which was...
Yeah,
okay, that brings us to the end of the first half. Quick look at the score. Karunesh on the back of Reader's Digest and Outer Space is on 20. Prashant with 5 on Indelible Ink used in elections and 10 each on Web 3.0 and Dutch East India Company is on 25. Prashasti with 10 on IKEA and 5 on Lincoln is on 15. And Sumit right now is on 1.
क्या बात है.
Columbia Pictures.
तुम्हारे वरुण भैया मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ. मुझे लगता है कि जॉनसन जॉनसन इज द फर्स्ट कंपनी एवर. व्हाट डू यू थिंक? मैं जब भी कुछ आंसर देता हूँ ना, मेरे दिमाग में वो मीम आता है जहाँ पे सारे लोग बैठ के ऐसे ऑडियंस में इतने क्विज के भरे पड़े हैं और वो मुझे देखते हैं फिर. ओह माय गॉड, दिस गाय.
जैसे प्रशांत सर ने वो डच ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी का आंसर दिया, मैं 2016 में मुझे याद आया, मैं एम्स्टर्डम जाके डच ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी की एक शिप पे जाके फोटोज भी खींच चुका हूँ और ये चीज पढ़ी भी है मेरा वहां पे. लेकिन बाकी हर एक चीज जो एम्स्टर्डम में होती है उसकी तरह मुझे ये भी याद नहीं था.
इन्होंने बोला पहली कंपनी, तो मैंने याद किया मुझे पहली कंपनी कौन सी याद है. तो बचपन में तो जॉनसन ही जॉनसन याद था.
यार हम ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी जितने पुराने भी ऑलमोस्ट.
Correct.
Considering.
Thank you for this unit mark, Kumar bhaiya.
Okay, but first quarterfinal mein Shad had 1 point after the first half and he won the second half. Like he had most points in second half, if that helps. Okay,
so my competition is Shad now from a different show.
Okay, cool. Chalo, let's begin the second half. The order now will be Sumit, Prashasti, Prashant and Karunesh. Okay, Sumit, is your direct. Francisco de Assis Tárrega y Ixia was a Spanish composer and classical guitarist of the Romantic period. He's often called the father of classical guitar and is considered one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Now, to why this question is in a BizTech quiz. A composition by him written in 1902 was first used as the background music in a commercial in 1992 and was first used in a product in 1994. What are we talking about? What composition by him that we all know?
Is it वो watch में आता है?
No, not the watch. Going to Prashasti.
He's the father of classical guitar. Wow, what a player.
इसके नाम पे ही स्पेनिश गिटार है क्या? मतलब is he the
So this is like ये एक popularly known composition है. इसका एक नाम है जिस नाम से इसको जानते हैं. Is it Bohemian Rhapsody?
No, not Bohemian Rhapsody. Going to Prashant.
first used in a product. Here my guess would be किसी ये विंडोज का स्टार्टअप म्यूजिक जो आता है वो है क्या?
No, good guess. Karunesh.
Again, I'd have to guess. I'm not too sure. ये composition का नाम स्पेनिश में है क्या?
मतलब जो ओरिजिनल नाम था वैसा कुछ था, स्पेनिश टाइप।
पर उसके उसका इंग्लिश नाम फेमस हो चुका है काफी।
हाँ, मतलब जहाँ ये यूज हुआ है और जिस चीज की हम बात कर रहे हैं वो तो मतलब पॉपुलर यूसेज।
पता नहीं है पास।
Okay, we'll again go to Sumit and resume this. The hint for all four of you is think mobile phones, and we'll start with Sumit.
Okay. Famous mobile phone ringtone. Is it Nokia ka ringtone?
It is Nokia tune. 5 point there. It's the Nokia tune. Okay. When they first made a commercial for Nokia 1011, I think in early 90s, they used his tune, and it became so popular that it started coming in their phones and became.
Hey, nice. I was close first time.
Okay, Sumit gets 5 points for Nokia tune, and we now go to Prashasti. Prashasti, shown in the image is a brand of artisan vodka made from rye and groundwater from a certain region and has been declared safe for human consumption. It is hoped that once the vodka can go into full production, 75% of the profits from sales will go to local communities and wildlife conservation efforts within the region. What region do you think we are talking about?
वाइल्ड लाइफ कंजर्वेशन की जरूरत है इस जगह को विद इन दिस रीजन एंड इस पे वाइल्ड बोर टाइप कुछ बना हुआ है एंड दिस रीजन इज अगेन it could be a country, it could be a broader region. I mean, that is something I have to figure out, right? As in, is it some place in Africa, like Africa, like
No, not Africa. Going to Prashant.
Is it Chernobyl?
It is Chernobyl. 10 point there to Prashant. Atomic.
Wow.
That is the big hint, I feel. Atomic. Chernobyl spirit company. This vodka is made there. In fact, it's the first commercial product out of that region since 1986. 10 points there to Prashant for Chernobyl. And we go to Karunesh for the next question. In January 1934, a blizzard prevented Joseph Armand X from reaching the nearest hospital in time to save his 2-year-old son, who died from medical complications. X was a mechanic who dreamt of buying a vehicle that could travel easily on snow. In 1935, in a repair shop in Quebec, he designed and produced the first snowmobile. With time, X got into commercial jets, public transport vehicles, trains, and recreational vehicles. X is now a very famous business jet manufacturer. Just tell me X, or like the company, the brand.
Boeing?
Not Boeing. Good guess. Going to Sumit.
Rolls Royce?
Not Rolls Royce. Going to Prashasti.
pass.
Okay. Going to Prashant.
Is it Learjet?
Not Learjet. Good guess. We'll start with Karunesh. I'll give one classic hint, which is the first letter of the answer. Okay, which is B. Okay, B for beta or B for Bombay. The other hint is, personally, the first time I saw this brand in life, like in action, was when I saw the metro train approaching in a Delhi metro station, and the brand name was right there in the front. And I was like, "Ye kya cheez?" That's when I got to know this brand. So something that starts with B.
Unfortunately, मैं कभी दिल्ली मेट्रो में बैठा नहीं हूँ क्योंकि मैं दिल्ली में रहता नहीं हूँ. तो
that's just an extra hint.
Right.
Otherwise,
that was my only hint क्योंकि B से मुझे बोइंग आता है वो मैंने थूक दिया पहले. तो अब आगे देखते हैं क्या है मेरे पास. Joseph Armand. Recreational vehicles also. So like cars and stuff that people can buy.
Not really, like the big RVs and all that. Like
RVs. Right.
Breaking Bad wala.
I don't know. Is it like Bosch or something? I don't know.
Not Bosch. Sumit?
BMW.
Not BMW. Prashasti.
Pass.
Okay, going to Prashant.
अरे एक ही गेस बचा है, Bombardier.
Yes, that is correct. 5 point there to Prashant. It is Bombardier. Okay, Bombardier is a company that makes private jets, etc. Okay.
अच्छा हुआ ये जल्दी हो गया, क्योंकि अगर आधा घंटा और भी सोचता तो ये होता तो नहीं.
So this is what when Kumar Varun saw, I like, ये क्या है? That was a good hint. Delhi Metro पे you are like.
पहली बार ब्रांड नेम वहीं देखा था. दिल्ली मेट्रो जब शुरू नया शुरू हुआ था तो वो कोचेस वर मेड बाय बम्बार्डियर.
Oh, nice.
तो इंडिया में मतलब पहला वन ऑफ द cool. Okay, going to Karunesh now because Prashant got the last one. Shown in this image is the very first bridge built by L&T in the mid 1950s in erstwhile Ceylon. It took nearly 8 months to build the wooden bridge, and it was said to be a carpenter's masterpiece. The project was originally budgeted at rupees 8 lakh but got escalated to rupees 16 lakhs. Where in pop culture was it used that the world saw in 1957?
Oh damn. Was it in some kind of production of the Ramayana by any chance?
No, not Ramayana. Going to Sumit.
1957 में क्या पॉप कल्चर चल रहा था? टिकटॉक्स बंद कर दिया? Don't think so. No idea. Pass.
Okay, going to Prashasti.
In some iconic Hindi movie like Mughal Azam.
No, not Mughal Azam. Going to Prashant.
यार वर्ल्ड सॉ मतलब पॉप कल्चर. आई एम इंक्लाइनिंग ऑन कॉमिक्स. अब दो में से एक ही आ रहा है. यार एस्ट्रिक्स कॉमिक्स में यूज हुआ था क्या ये?
No, not Asterix Comics. Okay, second round. Make it a 5-point question. We'll start with Karunesh. Hint is think World War and think of a like iconic World War movie that came in 1957. Essentially, the story was based somewhere else, but they recreated the whole thing in Sri Lanka and they shot the whole thing there. And for that movie, L&T built this thing.
I don't know if this was a World War movie or if this even came out in 1957, but is it Citizen Kane?
Not Citizen Kane. Going to Sumit.
Is it the movie 1957?
No, not 1957. Prashasti.
Pass.
Okay, passing to Prashant. Pass.
पास. हाँ.
Cool. Okay, so closing this, the answer is the bridge on River Kwai. Okay. The bridge on the River Kwai.
पास को पता नहीं हो रहा है कि कुछ कैसे.
This literally like is about the bridge and World War drama where they have to create the bridge, and the bridge in the movie was actually shot in Sri Lanka, and the bridge was actually made by L&T.
Nice.
Okay, bridge on River Kwai was unanswered. Bombardier was answered by Prashant, so this will be Karunesh's direct again, last quarter of the quiz. Okay, according to its website, the founder's 1996 initial foray was called Backrub. They called it this because the program that they created analyzed the web's backlinks to understand how important a website was and what other sites it related to. Backrub operated on a university's servers until it eventually took up too much bandwidth. Which company's origin are we talking about?
Initial foray was called Backrub. Okay. So Backrub was a software that was the origin of a company?
They called their project Backrub because of this reason. And then eventually Backrub became something else.
Okay. Okay. So how important in this context could mean how legitimate a website is, right? Whether or not it's dangerous to use a certain website or not. Like
again, something to do with what they were trying to create. And in that context, how important a website is.
Is it like Norton's antivirus or something?
Norton's antivirus? No. Passing to Sumit.
Google.
Google, that is correct.
Wow.
There to Sumit. Sergey Brin and Larry Page created Backrub, and which eventually became Google. Backrub operated on Stanford's servers until it became too big to be on a university server. The answer is Google. 10
Oh,
points
wow.
to Sumit.
Nice answer, man.
Yeah. So it crawls. Still, every website it crawls. और जो top पे आता है, that comes from that crawling.
Yeah.
Relevant search.
That's why when Karunesh said how important, it's basically how important it is to what you're searching for.
Yeah, okay.
And they still talk about why, if the name hadn't changed, people would still talk to each other saying, just backrub it.
Yeah.
Weird
Oh,
thing.
how important se main thoda confused ho gaya, because I thought it means like how safe it is to access a website or not. So yeah, that stumped me. But great answer, man.
Sumit gets 10 points and we go to Prashasti. Okay, this is a brand, just to clarify to everyone. What was introduced by an 18th century British when he found out that his experiments with glycerine gave a nice clear product which was appreciated by the wealthy socialites for its aroma of English gardens.
Oh, is it Ho Garden?
Not Ho Garden. Going to Prashant.
Pear soap.
Pear soap. 10 points to Prashant.
Nice.
Nice. Glycerine gets you to soap, and then nice clear product, and pear soap is the answer we're looking for. Beautiful, beautiful answer. 10 points there to Prashant. And I go to Karunesh. One of my favorite questions from this edition. Again, we are talking about something that was launched in the mid-90s. When it was
यानी कि
launched in
बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल होने
1995.
वाला है. If it's KV's
नहीं,
favorite
नहीं.
question, it's going to be impossible to answer.
No, you'll have fun. It's just something new I learned while making this quiz.
Okay.
It was launched in 1995. It wasn't what it is now. Okay. It was mostly an assortment of information on things that interested the founder. It included an offbeat tribute to the virus on the site, inspired by the national scare that coincided with the movie Outbreak, including a photo of the virus and links to news stories. The other pages on the original domain were apparently pretty mundane. The page about the virus was flanked with two other pages, one for a small biotech company founded by Pam Weasley, and another for the San Francisco Tufts alumni group, of which Weasley was president. Obviously, this website became something else and big years later. What are we talking about? Essentially, another origin story of a website which was initially about a virus that was a scare then, there, and the website was about the virus, but something else later.
Allow me to take a couple of minutes to come up with some meaningless guesses and then give the wrong answer. So the big thing that it led to years later was also a website?
Yes.
Okay. Was it MySpace?
Not MySpace. Sumit?
WHO website?
Not the WHO website. Prashasti?
Okay, still thinking. Tumblr?
Not Tumblr. Prashant?
यार दो के बीच में
आप पकड़ ही ले रहे.
Is it Wikipedia?
Not Wikipedia. Okay, we'll do one more round, starting with Karunesh. The hint for all of you is the virus scare that had happened then, the virus scare that we are talking about, is the Ebola virus. Okay. That is a hint that we can take one more round with. So the name is in some way inspired from the virus.
That makes it harder somehow.
If everyone wants a hint, like if still, then I can add more hint. I thought किसी को आ गया होगा.
Please add more.
I'm okay with getting another hint, yeah. If
everybody
else
is. Stay with e-commerce in some sense. Okay. But also think of not just business to consumer e-commerce, but also consumer to consumer e-commerce.
Okay. Consumer to consumer. Oh, fuck. Okay. eBay.
Yes, that is
good.
Nice.
eBay.
I would never have got it without that.
Nice.
I said it's one of my favorites is because I had no idea that eBay started as a website for Ebola.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, somehow I always we assume eBay is some e-commerce, something.
Yeah.
Actually, the founder was obsessed with the world then was talking about Ebola virus. Then he saw the movie Outbreak and he was like, oh my God, everyone is talking about pandemic and things like that. and he was obsessed with public health system, etc., etc. So he made a website about Ebola virus and all that. And eBay is actually E for Ebola and Bay is for Bay Area. Okay.
Ah.
So this was a website for people in Bay Area to find
Very
more
nice.
information
Must.
about Ebola.
मस्त सवाल.
And then it became eBay, obviously, later.
इंडिया में ईबे तो वायरस ही था, क्या स्कैम होते थे उस पे, कुछ भी आ जाता था यार. कुछ भी ऑर्डर करो.
अभी भी मिलेगा iPhone 13 Pro 9,000 रुपए
Yeah.
उस पे.
Okay, Karunesh gets 5 points for eBay, and I go to Sumit. A brand name origin, again established in 1971. The founders, ex-founders Jerry Baldwin, Ziv Siegel, and Gordon Bowker landed on the company's name after Bowker's business partner mentioned words beginning with these certain two letters were powerful and bold. For example, eBay's founder would say, if you start a company with E and B, those words are generally stronger. He then noticed the small mining town of Dash on an old mining map of the Cascade Range. Bowker, who is also a writer, later remembered the name of Captain Ahab's first mate in Moby Dick was called X and believed that was a much stronger name. They also believed X loved Dash. Dash is the product that is this company is most famous for. Which company's name origin are we talking?
ये दोनों डैश सेम है?
नहीं. So शुरू से देखते हैं. पहले इन्होंने सोचा कंपनी का कोई नाम रखते हैं, तो एक बंदे ने सजेस्ट किया कि ये 2 वर्ड से स्टार्ट करेगा, ये वर्ड्स बड़े पावरफुल लगते हैं. उन्होंने बोला ठीक है, कुछ करते हैं. देन ही सॉ एक जगह का नाम which जो मैंने ब्लैंक इसलिए रखा है because it's very similar to the brand name, like almost similar. तो उनको लगा ये नाम रख सकते हैं. देन ये मोबी डिक वाला फंडा है which is exactly same as the brand, तो वो उन्होंने रखा. लास्ट ब्लैंक is the product that the company is most famous for. It's like अगर पेयर से तो X loved taking a shower, something like that. So ऐसा, but इसमें it's much more tangible than taking a shower.
Is it McDonald? McD?
Not McDonald. Going to Prashasti.
ये वाला ऐसा आंसर है जो बाद में जब नहीं आएगा तो बहुत बुरा लगेगा, बट पास.
Okay, passing to Prashant.
Marlboro.
Not Marlboro. Karunesh.
मुझे लगता है कि ये डेफिनेटली किसी टाइप की शराब है. Now I am confused between whether it's ale, whether it's rum. What other shit do pirates or like people on ships drink? Also, Moby Dick पढ़े हुए 20 साल हो गए अभी, तो कुछ याद नहीं. Except it was a big ass fucking whale that Ahab wanted to kill, and that's it. एक second. Is it Captain Morgan?
Not Captain Morgan. Okay, coming back to Sumit. No, I smiled because Captain Morgan was an answer in the first quarter.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Sumit. So I like the way Karunesh is thinking in terms of drinking, but not alcohol. Think of non-alcoholic beverages and then take a round. Like, and think of like really popular brands. No, ऐसा बिल्कुल niche वगैरह नहीं है. Really popular non-alcoholic beverage. Do you, all four of you want or hint? I can add.
Yep.
So think of hot beverages. Okay.
Costa.
Costa, not Costa. Going to Prashasti.
Is kind of soup?
Not
soup brand.
Not a soup brand. Going to Prashant.
Yeah, Twinings.
Not Twinings. Going to Karunesh.
I have a few guesses in my head. Is it Starbucks?
Yes, it is Starbucks. 5 points there to Karunesh. Starbucks. The character was called
Costa निकला. Wow. Even knowing 2 words.
Starbucks से पहले Costa क्यों गया? और उसके बाद कोई Starbucks के वापस नहीं गया. Starbucks was a character in Moby Dick. Yeah, he said words starting with ST, like strong, star, वगैरह have more this thing. Then he saw a mining town called Starbo or something like that. And then, yeah, Starbucks, basically. With that, we come to the end of the second quarter final. Let's get back to score. Karunesh had 20 in the first half. In the second half, He got 5 each for eBay and Starbucks. So Karunesh ends on 30. Prashant had 25, and he also gets 25 in the second half with Chernobyl 10, Bombardier 5, and then Pierce 10. So Prashant ends on 50. Prashasti ends on 15, and Sumit had 1, and he got 10 for Google and 5 for Nokia tune in the second half. So he ends on 16. See, 1 point did help you here.
What? Oh man.
Oh man,
Prashasti, you suck, huh?
I agree.
यार ये कितना हर बार कितना टफ होता है यार ये इन्होंने but it's fun. It's very fun. Costa बोल दिया मैंने Starbucks के लिए wow.
Congratulations to Prashant for winning and qualifying to semi-final.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Karunesh. Karunesh also qualifies for semi-final. As the
Oh,
runner.
सही है.
Congratulations.
Thank you to Sumit and Prashasti. We'll see you in the...
As Prashasti ने कहा था कि it's always been a learning process. So I also agree with that. बहुत मजा आया सीख क्या? बहुत मजा आया. I had fun.
Thank you, Karunesh.
Thank you. बहुत मजा आया.
Thank you guys. Bye.